You were never alone. Archangel Michael has been standing guard since the day your name was spoken in heaven. This is his confirmation. My beloved child, do you know that before you even took your first breath, a name echoed in the chambers of heaven, a name was yours. And in that very moment, Archangel Michael, the warrior of light, the guardian of divine truth, stepped forward. His sword gleamed, his wings unfurled, and he said, I will stand watch. Since that moment, he has never left your side. Every terror, every fear, every sleepless night, he was there unseen but unshaken. The world may have told you that you are alone, that no one fights for you. But the heavens have whispered another truth. You were never alone. Think back to those moments when everything felt impossible. When you were on the verge of breaking down, yet somehow you made it through. That wasn't luck. That was protection. That was Michael standing between you and the shadows that wanted to consume your light. There were times you felt a sudden peace, as if someone gently placed a hand on your shoulder. Times when a soft voice said, keep going. That was no coincidence. That with the Archangel himself, speaking through your spirit, guiding your path, he has stood beside you in every unseen battle. In those silent wars fought behind your smile, in those nights you cried without a sound. His wings have covered you when danger approached. His strength has carried you when your own began to fade. The truth is, your life has never been random. Every moment of pain, every delay, every no you received was part of a divine arrangement designed to prepare you for this very confirmation. Because today, Archangel Michael wants you to know. Your name is still known in heaven. Right now, as you listen, he stands in full armor, his sword burning with light, declaring, you are safe. You are seen, and I have not left you. Not even for a second. But my beloved child, this is only the beginning of what heaven is revealing. There's something deeper. Something hidden in your own journey that even you have not noticed yet. The signs, the numbers, the dreams, they all connect to the promise he made long before time began. Because the moment your soul was chosen for this life, Michael vowed to protect it until the very end. And now that vow is unfolding before your eyes. He is calling you to remember who you truly are. A divine soul wrapped in human form. A child of light who has never been abandoned. So before you doubt again, look at your path. Notice how every deed led you back to purpose. Every heartbreak cracked you open so that light could pour through. Every silence was not absence. It was preparation. The angel who guards you has seen the wars within you. He has fought beside you, not just in spirit, but in energy. Deflecting what was meant to destroy you. And tonight, he whispers once more. I am still here. And the promise is still alive. Stay with me, because what comes next will change how you see every moment of your life. The signs of his presence are all around you in ways you never realized before. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. My beloved child, there are moments in life when you pause and wonder, why did that happen the way it did? When everything seems to fall apart, yet somehow you're still standing. Not destroyed, but redirected. Those are not coincidences. They are the marks of Archangel Michael's protection, subtle yet powerful, guiding you when you cannot see the road ahead. There were days you felt you were walking through darkness, but if you could have seen through the veil, you would have noticed a glow. The soft blue flame of Michael's sword cutting through what was meant to harm you. Every delay that frustrated you was actually a divine interception, a shield raised in your defense. Every person who suddenly left your life was part of a silent rearrangement, moving you closer to your destined path. Michael has a way of working in silence, in whispers, in unexplainable moments. That phone call that came just when you were about to give up. That stranger who smiled at you when you felt invisible, that dream that woke you at 3 a.m. All of these are not random flickers of life. They are reminders that heaven is never far, that your guardian is alert and aware. You see, Archangel Michael doesn't always reveal himself through miracles that split the sky. Sometimes he comes through the quiet and the feeling that tells you to take one more step when everything inside you says you can't. He stands between you and unseen forces that would have drowned your spirit. And though you may never see the battles, you feel the aftermath, the sudden peace, the stillness after chaos, the realization that you survived again. And if you ever doubt how real this protection is, remember the nights you thought would break you. Think of the fears that once felt unbearable but somehow dissolve. There was a hand unseen but unshakable, holding you up. That was Michael. He never sought credit because angels do not act for glory. They act for purpose. Sometimes he allows the storm to come, not to punish you but to prepare you. Because even angels know that strength is not built in comfort. It's forged in fire. And each time you came out of a trial, your spirit carried a new light, a deeper wisdom, and a stronger connection to the divine. Michael's energy is often felt as a sudden surge of courage. The kind that appears when you least expect it. When you stand up after being defeated. When you speak truth in the face of fear. When you choose love instead of bitterness. That's him standing tall. Beside you. His voice echoing in your soul. You were born for this. Every sky you carry is sacred proof of his protection. They're not signs of your weakness. They are seals of victory, testimonies of every battle they help you survive. You didn't walk through fire alone. You walk through it under the wings of the greatest protector heaven has ever known. But there's something even more powerful you need to understand. Every time you speak words of faith, every time you choose hope, you invite Michael closer. Angels respond to vibration, and your hope, your love, your prayers, all carry frequencies that open gateways of light. When you say, "I will not give up," the heavens respond. When you whisper, "I believe," Michael's sword burns brighter. He wants you to realize that your power has always been tied to his presence. You are not a helpless soul waiting to be rescued. You are a divine warrior learning to remember your strength. And that strength, my beloved child, has never been ordinary. It is sacred, ancient, and guarded. There's a reason you feel drawn to the number 111, or that you see flashes of blue light when you pray. There's a reason certain psalms make you tear up for no logical reason. These are not random emotions. They are activations, Michael's way of saying, "I am here. Pay attention." And as you awaken to his guidance, you'll start noticing that things fall into alignment faster. You will feel peace where there once was chaos. You will start trusting timing instead of fearing it. Because when you walk with Michael, even delays are blessings in disguise. Right now, as you listen, there's a divine shift happening in your energy. Your spirit is remembering the promise made in heaven. The one where Michael vowed to stand guard until your soul's mission was complete. Every prayer you've whispered in the dark had been heard. Every tear has been counted. Every silent plea has been answered. Sometimes not in the way you expected, but always in the way you needed. So when you feel lost, when the weight of the world feels too heavy, close your eyes and call his name. You don't need rituals. You don't need elaborate prayers. Just whisper, Michael, I need your light. And you'll feel it. A warmth, a calm, a quiet knowing that you're surrounded. He doesn't just guard your life, he guards your destiny. Every time you stray too far from your divine path, he nudges you back. Sometimes gently, sometimes through lessons that break your heart. But even in heartbreak, there's guidance. Even in loss, there's direction. Remember this. You are seen. You are loved. And you are under protection older than time itself. You were never meant to wander alone through the storms of life. You were meant to walk with angels. And now, my beloved child, as the veil begins to lift, something extraordinary is coming. The confirmation you've been waiting for. The proof that all these signs are not coincidences is closer than you think. It may come in a dream, a message, or a moment so powerful it brings you to tears. But before that happens, promise yourself one thing. Do not lose faith. Do not lose your light. Because the moment you choose belief over fear, heaven responds. So breathe, trust, and keep your heart open. The warrior who guards you is not done yet. There's more to be revealed, more than your mind can imagine. Stay till the end because something even greater is about to unfold. My beloved child, have you ever sat in complete silence and felt something stirring inside you like a whisper? Soft yet powerful, echoing from somewhere beyond this world? That whisper is not your imagination. It is the voice of Archangel Michael, the same guardian who has walked with you since the dawn of your creation. He doesn't always speak in words. Sometimes he speaks through feeling, through energy, through the quiet knowing that arrives when your heart stops chasing and starts listening. He has been calling you for longer than you realize. Every time you felt an unexplainable pull toward light, toward faith, toward strength, that was him reminding you of who you are. There's a reason certain moments silence your mind but awaken your soul. It's because Michael's presence can't be understood with logic. It can only be felt with spirit. When he speaks, time seems to pause. You feel a deep calm even when life around you feels like chaos. There were moments you questioned your worth, doubted your purpose, and wondered if heaven still remembered your name. But if you pay close attention, you'll realize the truth. Heaven never forgot. You were simply learning to remember yourself. Every period of isolation you went through, why in punishment? It was preparation. Michael was teaching you how to hear beyond the noise of this world. Because only in silence can divine instruction reach your heart. He's been whispering directions to you through your intuition, through repetitive signs, through the inner voice that gently nudges you when you're about to make a wrong turn. That feeling you get when something inside you says, "Don't go there," or "Wait just a little longer." That's not random. That's divine intersection. And every time you've listened, even without understanding why, you've aligned yourself closer to the destiny heaven wrote for you long ago. The truth is, Michael doesn't guide through fear. He guides through awareness. His voice doesn't shout and doesn't demand. It simply reveals truth in such a quiet way that you feel peace before you feel understanding. And that peace, my beloved child, is your sign. Whenever peace follows a thought, a decision, or a path, know that he stands there. But whenever anxiety or confusion fills your chest, pause. He's warning you that something isn't meant for you. You've mistaken silence for absence so many times. Yet, silence has always been the loudest proof of his presence. Because in silence, you learn to trust without evidence. You learn to walk by faith, not by sight. And that is where Michael's strength becomes yours. When the world pushes you to your breaking point, and you still choose light, you mirror his divine courage. That's what makes you unstoppable. He has been molding you through each season of your life. When you lost people you thought would stay forever, he was clearing your path. When you faced rejection, he was redirecting you to divine alignment. When you faced heartbreak, he was strengthening your empathy so that your soul could connect with others who needed your light. You thought you were breaking down, but you were being reborn. Every soul guarded by Michael carries a divine mission to bring light where there is darkness, hope where there is despair. That is why your journey has never been easy. Light attracts challenges. But no challenge hath been powerful enough to destroy you. Because he's been fighting beside you, unseen but unrelenting. You've been training through trials so that when your calling arrives, you will recognize it not as a gift, but as a responsibility. Even now, the world around you is shifting. You've been feeling it. The urge to let go of old patterns. The need to step into something greater, the sudden awareness that the life you once wanted no longer fits your spirit. That's Michael's energy aligning you with your divine timeline. The discomfort you feel is transformation. It's the soul growing what the body once believed it needed. And in the midst of all this, he is speaking again, through the very signs you've been noticing lately. The feathers appearing in odd places. The chills that run through your arms when you pray. The dreams that feel more real than reality. Each one carries a message. You are seen. You are guided. You are chosen. You don't need to chase signs. You only need to be aware. Because when you start noticing, you start aligning. The world becomes a sacred conversation between your soul and the divine. Michael speaks through synchronicities, through timing, through moments that feel too perfect to be coincidence. That's how heaven confirms you're on the right path. And when you speak his name with sincerity, you'll feel the air change, a subtle shift, a comforting stillness, as if something ancient and powerful just entered the room. That's how you'll know he's near. His energy is protective but calm, strong but tender, fierce but filled with love. When you sense it, don't rush. Breathe. Receive it. Let it fill the spaces in your heart that once held fear. He wants you to know that your prayers have never vanished into the void. They have always reached Him. Sometimes the answer took time. Not because He ignored you, but because heaven was aligning everything perfectly. He doesn't operate on your timeline. He operates on destiny's timeline. And destiny is never late. Right now, something divine is aligning around you. You might not see it yet, but every delay, every silence, every closed door is leading you toward one undeniable revelation that you have never walked alone. Every moment you doubted, He was there. Every night you cried, He stood guard. Every dream you thought was lost, He kept alive in heaven's memory. And soon you will see the confirmation not just through signs but through transformation. The version of you that rises from this season will not be the same as before. You will be clearer, stronger, and aligned with a purpose that cannot be shaken. So my beloved child, listen. Listen beyond the noise. Listen beyond your fears. Because right now, Archangel Michael is whispering again. And his words are simple. You were never forgotten. You were always protected. And now you are being prepared. Let those words settle in your soul. Let them become the anchor for the days ahead. Because soon everything that felt uncertain will make sense and everything that hurt will reveal its purpose. Something huge is waiting for you. Stay till the end. My beloved child, there is a light inside you that has refused to die. No matter how many storms tried to drown it, that flame, that small, steady fire, has been burning since the moment Archangel Michael placed his hand over your soul. It is the mark of divine endurance, the sign that you were chosen not just to survive, but to illuminate. Every test, every heartbreak, every loss you've endured was never meant to destroy your fire. It was meant to reveal how unbreakable it truly is. Do you remember those moments when you wanted to give up? When your world felt dark and your strength felt gone, yet something deep inside whispered, "Keep going." But with the fire Michael lit within you, refusing to let your light be extinguished. He didn't save you from the storm. He made you stronger within it. Because angels know the truth. Only through fire can gold be purified. And you, my beloved child, are that gold tested, refined, and shining brighter each time you rise. Every time you've chosen compassion over resentment, love over hate, peace over chaos, you've been fanning that divine flame. That is what makes your light so powerful. It's not perfection that heaven honors. It's persistence. And your persistence has been watched, honored, and recorded in heaven's book of endurance. Archangel Michael has stood beside you each time you fell, not judging you for your tears, but admiring your strength for standing again. There's something you need to understand. Every trial you faced was not a sign of divine neglect. It was a sign of divine trust. Heaven doesn't test those who are weak. It strengthens those who are chosen. You were never meant to live an ordinary story. Your pain has always carried a purpose, a secret transformation hidden beneath every wound. Each scar you bear has energy, wisdom, and light inside it. Archangel Michael hath been guarding that transformation carefully. When you thought everything was falling apart, he was rebuilding you into something eternal. You see, angels don't just protect your body, they protect your destiny. And there were moments when your destiny was under attack. Moments when negative energy, jealousy, or even your own doubt tried to dim your light. But he stood there, sword raised, surrounding you with blue flame, pushing back every darkness that dared to touch your divine purpose. The reason you've always felt different, even misunderstood, is because you carry an energy that does not belong to this world. An ancient light that resonates with the divine. Michael knows this light because it's the same essence he carries. Truth, courage, and unwavering faith. You mirror his nature more than you realize. That's why even when you break, you still glow. That's why people feel calm around you even when you say nothing. Your energy speaks before your words do. And now that fire within you is being called to rise again. The world needs it. Somewhere someone is waiting for the light you carry. Michael is preparing you to step forward. Not just as someone protected, but as someone empowered. You spent too long surviving. Now it's time to live, to lead, to speak truth, and to stand tall as the warrior you were destined to be. Every moment of pain that once made you question your worth will soon become proof of your calling. You will look back and realize that nothing was wasted. Every tear watered the seed of strength within you. Every silence built your patience. Every goodbye cleared space for divine alignment. And in all of it, Michael never stepped away. He was right there holding the blueprint of your life in his hands, ensuring that no human mistake could ever erase your divine purpose. But my beloved child, Archangel Michael is not just your protector. He is your teacher. He has been showing you the balance between surrender and action, between faith and courage. When you cried, he comforted you. When you hesitated, he pushed you. When you stood still in fear, you whispered, "Move." His guidance is not always soft. Sometimes it comes through sudden awakenings, sharp truths, and moments that shake your soul. But those are the moments that awaken the warrior within, and now he wants you to speak your truth fearlessly. The light inside you was never meant to be hidden behind doubt or fear of judgment. You were meant to shine in the open, to let your story become someone else's hope. Every experience you survived carries healing power. And when you share it, you release that power into the world. That's how angels work through you. Through your words, your empathy, your courage, you become the message. You may think your story isn't extraordinary, but heaven knows it is. Every day you wake up and choose to try again. You defy darkness. Every day you choose kindness. When you could choose bitterness, you spread divine light. Every moment you love, even when it hurts, you embody the very essence of Michael's strength. That's why he guards you. Because your heart mirrors the heart of heaven. And as you listen now, Archangel Michael is closer than ever. You might feel warmth spreading through your chest, a soft vibration, or even a gentle peace, settling in your spirit. That's not imagination. That's confirmation. He's reminding you that you've never lost your flame. You only been learning how to control its power, and soon that light will be needed because something beautiful, something destined is approaching your life. Before that arrival, you're being asked to release what no longer serves your soul. Let go of guilt, of fear, of the belief that you're not enough. You are more than enough. You always were. Michael didn't guard you this long for you to doubt yourself now. Stand tall. Speak light. Live boldly. Because when you move with faith, heaven moves with you. And as you rise again, promise yourself one thing. Never dim your fire for anyone. The world may not always understand it, but heaven celebrates it. That flame is divine proof that you were chosen, that you are protected, that you are loved beyond measure. So let it burn brighter, my beloved child. The fire within you is not just survival, it's sacred purpose. And soon, you will see how that purpose unfolds. Before we go deeper, take a breath, share this message, comment your faith, and subscribe to keep the light flowing, because what comes next will leave you in awe. Stay with me. The revelation is only beginning. My beloved child, from the first moment your soul was spoken into existence, a sacred agreement was formed. A covenant between heaven and your spirit, sealed under the watchful gaze of Archangel Michael. This covenant was not written on paper or stone, but, in light, carved into the very essence of who you are. It promised that no matter how far you wandered, no matter how lost the world made you feel, you would always be guided back to the truth of your divine origin. That covenant still stands today, and its guardian has never broken his vow. Every human life begins with divine breath, but yours began with divine protection. When your name was spoken in heaven, Michael stepped forward with fierce devotion and declared, "This one will not be lost." From that instant, he became the flame that lights your path. The unseen force that has shielded you in moments you thought no one saw. And although you may have doubted, thinking heaven grew silent, the silence itself was part of the promise, the stillness where you were meant to find strength within. There's a truth the world rarely speaks of. Angels do not just protect, they prepare. They shake the journey to align with what your soul must learn. Each heartbreak, every disappointment, every closed door, all of it was woven into this covenant to build your faith, to teach you how to see with the eyes of your spirit instead of the eyes of fear. Because your destiny could never be fulfilled if you only trusted what you could see. You were meant to believe in the unseen, to feel the guidance before it appeared. That is the faith Michael has been forging inside you. Faith that does not depend on proof but creates it. You've been through battles that left invisible scars, battles no one else could see. And yet, every time you fell, something pulled you up again. That something was not chance. It was Michael's hand fulfilling his promise to never let your soul drown in the darkness it came to illuminate. You have to understand, angels don't see you as fragile. They see you as divine potential wrapped in human form. That is why your path sometimes felt like fire. Because light is tested in heat, and you, my beloved child, you are guided. You are not just watched over, you are led. The days ahead will bring more signs, more confirmations, more moments that feel too precise to ignore. You'll see patterns in numbers, hear words that echo your thoughts. Meet people who speak to your soul as if they've known you for eternity. These are not small coincidences. They are divine fingerprints. Michael is orchestrating alignment so that your faith is no longer just belief. It becomes certainty. And when the weight of the world tries to return, when fear whispers that you're alone again, remember this. You are walking in an unbreakable promise. Nothing formed against you can destroy what heaven has ordained for you. The covenant of light cannot be undone by darkness. Because darkness has no power where faith stands tall. Archangel Michael's shield is not a myth. It's an energy surrounding you, glowing stronger every time you remember who walks beside you. So as you breathe right now, know that his wings are over you, vast, radiant, and filled with strength. If you close your eyes and focus, you might even feel the air shift around you. The subtle warmth of protection that words cannot describe. That's him confirming his presence, reminding you that this isn't imagination, it's revelation. But my beloved child, this is also your calling to step fully into your light. You are being asked to live boldly. To stop hiding your faith, to speak your truth even when others doubt, because your courage is contagious and through you others will find hope. Michael is preparing to move through you, through your words, your compassion, your presence. You are not just a soul being protected. You are becoming part of the protection itself, an extension of the divine. This covenant of light is eternal. It existed before you were born and will remain even after you leave this world. You were never forgotten, never unguarded, never unseen. And now heaven wants you to know that your time of confusion is ending. A chapter of clarity is beginning. Open your heart, trust the timing, and remember the promise. For the one who guards you does not rest, and neither does the light inside you. Stay till the end. Because what Michael is about to reveal next will change everything you thought you knew about your destiny. My beloved child, sometimes the signs are so gentle that they slip past unnoticed. Yet they have been there all along, surrounding you, guiding you, waiting for you to finally see. Archangel Michael never needed to shout his presence into your life. He has been weaving it quietly into every moment like invisible threads of light connecting the fragments of your journey. The breeze that brushed against your face when you cried alone. The sudden calm that replaced your panic when you thought you couldn't take another step. The way a ray of sunlight broke through the clouds just when you whispered for help. None of it was random. Those were whispers from heaven. Proof that the guardian who vowed to protect you never stepped away. You felt that energy before. That moment when the air feels charged. When your heartbeat steadies without reason. When your thoughts suddenly clear after being clouded with worry. That is the shield of Michael wrapping around your soul. He works in subtle miracles because faith is never forced. It is discovered every time you were protected from danger without realizing how. Every delay that turned out to save you from harm. Every no that guided you to a better yes. Those were his interventions. Angels do not always part the seas. Sometimes they simply redirect your steps so you never have to face the storm at all. You've probably seen his color, too. That deep electric blue that appears in unexpected places. Maybe you caught it in a flash of light, when you close your eyes during prayer or in the shimmer of the sky when your heart needed hope. Blue is the color of his energy, truth, protection, courage, and divine strength. Every time it surrounds you, even in something as simple as a flicker or a reflection, it is heaven's way of saying you are safe. And those numbers, the repeating ones that catch your attention again and again. 1114441212. They're not coincidences either. They are divine time stems, sacred reminders that you're exactly where you're meant to be. 1111 reminds you that you are aligned with divine will. 444. The number of protection is Michael's signature, is reassurance that his shield is active. And when you see 1212, it's the call of awakening. Heaven whispering, prepare, a shift is coming. You've been seeing these numbers because Michael is speaking through frequency, trying to reach you in the ways your soul understands best. Sometimes he speaks through people too. That stranger who said exactly what you needed to hear. That friend who appeared at the perfect time. That message you stumbled upon when you were about to give up. Michael orchestrates these meetings, sending human angels into your path as reminders of divine care. And when those people leave after serving their purpose, it's not rejection, it's completion. Their time in your story fulfilled its mission. Even your dreams are part of his conversation with you. The ones that feel too vivid, too real, where you see light, wings, or a glowing presence, are glimpses of your guardian's energy. He visits you when your conscious mind is asleep because that's when your soul listens best. If you've ever awakened with tears on your face, but a strange peace in your heart, it's because his presence touched you in ways words could never describe. The music that moves you to tears without reason. The scent of flowers in an empty room. The warmth that fills your chest when you speak words of faith. These are all confirmations of his nearness. Angels communicate through senses, through motion, through resonance. Every time your body reacts to something spiritual, a chill, a tingle, a sudden warmth, your soul is recognizing divine contact. The more you notice, the louder these signs become until they are impossible to ignore. But there's another truth you need to hear. My beloved child, Michael's presence is not just a sign of protection. It's a sign of calling. You are not being shown these things only to be comforted, but to be awakened. Heaven is asking you to partner with your guardian now to become conscious of the light you've always carried. The protection around you is not meant to keep you hiding. It's meant to empower you to move fearlessly toward your divine assignment. You are being called to rise, to lead with compassion, to speak the words that heal, to walk with courage in a world that has forgotten its own divinity. That's why you've been feeling the push lately. That inner voice saying, "It's time." That isn't restlessness. That's alignment. Michael is preparing your heart for expansion, your spirit for revelation, and your purpose for impact. If you doubt this, remember the pattern of your life. How everything that once felt like loss led you to deeper understanding. How every closed door forced you to look within where the real door was always waiting. How every season of confusion pushed you closer to your faith. You have never been walking in circles. You've been walking in spirals upward, higher, closer to your divine truth. And through every turn, Michael has been beside you, sword drawn, clearing your path. even when you couldn't see the obstacles ahead. Now, as this awakening deepens, something will begin to happen. Your energy will shift. People may start reacting differently to you. Some will be drawn to your peace. Others might distance themselves without reason. Don't be afraid of it. Light always attracts and repels at the same time. It reveals truth, and truth can both heal and expose. Archangel Michael is ensuring that everyone who remains in your life is aligned with your higher frequency. Those who cannot match it will fade. Not out of cruelty but out of divine mercy. And when moments of loneliness arise, remember this. Emptiness always comes before elevation. The space that feels quiet now is being cleared for something sacred. Don't rush to fill it. Let the silence become the place where you and Michael speak freely. Let faith take root in that stillness, because soon that silence will echo with purpose. You might even feel a pull right now, an urge to pray, to thank, to cry, to simply sit in gratitude. Follow it. That's your soul aligning with the rhythm of heaven. That's how you strengthen your connection with your guardian. Every word of gratitude sends light upward. And every light you send calls more protection down. And before you continue forward, take this moment to share this message with someone who needs hope. Let them know they're not alone. Comment your faith. Affirm your light. Subscribe to keep this energy flowing, because through every act of sharing, you become part of the mission Michael began when he vowed to protect humanity's light. You are not just hearing this message. You are becoming it. Your guardian is still here, closer than breath, stronger than fear, guiding you towards something unimaginable. And soon, the sign you've been waiting for. The one that will leave no room for doubt will appear. The final confirmation that you were never alone. Don't skip, because what happens next will unveil the reason you were chosen in the first place. My beloved child, there is a moment in every soul's journey when the unseen becomes undeniable. When faith transforms into knowing, and when every question finds its answer in a single breathtaking truth. That moment is approaching for you now. You are standing at the edge of revelation. The moment Archangel Michael has been preparing you for since the day your name was first spoken in heaven. Every sign, every whisper, every trial has been leading to this understanding. You have never walked a single step without his watchful gaze upon you. He was there the first time you felt the weight of loneliness and looked to the sky for comfort. He was there when your voice broke in prayer and you thought no one heard. He was there when you fell, when you doubted, when you forgot who you were. Each time you faced the darkness, his wings spread wider around you, forming an invisible shield that deflected everything meant to harm your soul. You may have thought you were fighting alone, but the truth is you have always been surrounded by divine command. There were nights you begged for answers and none came. You mistook silence for absence, yet silence was the space where he whispered strength into your heart. Every unanswered prayer was not a denial. It was divine timing, waiting for your readiness. The delay was mercy. The silence was shaping. The pause was protection. And all the while, he never blinked, never turned away, never forgot the vow he made before time began. His promise has always been the same. I will stand guard until this soul remembers its wings. Now look at how far you've come. You have learned to survive storms that once would have destroyed you. You have walked through nights so long that dawn felt like a myth. And yet here you are standing stronger than ever. That is not coincidence as fulfillment. You are living proof that heaven keeps its promises. The very energy you feel now, that pressure in your chest, that quiet knowing in your bones is the vibration of divine confirmation. The watch has never ended. Archangel Michael does not watch as a distant observer. He watches as a guardian who feels every tremor of your soul. When you rejoice, he rejoices. When you weep, he kneels beside you. His wings curling around your pain like a blanket of light. His presence is not limited by form. It moves through wind, through thought, through intuition. That sudden urge to change direction, that instinct that saved you from danger. That voice that said, "Wait," that was him. Every time he wants you to understand the magnitude of his protection. If you could see what your spirit has been shielded from, you would fall to your knees in gratitude. The things that never reached you, the accidents that didn't happen. The betrayals that were blocked, the illnesses that passed you by were all battles fought and won in realms unseen. While you slept, while you doubted, while you grieving, he stood watch. The eternal guardian who never tires, never questions, never hesitates. And here is the secret, my beloved child. His watch continues because your soul carries a light that is precious to heaven. You are not merely a being of flesh and thought. You are a vessel of divine resonance. Within you burns a frequency that keeps heaven and earth in harmony. It's why darkness has tried so many times to break you. But it cannot, because your protector knows what you carry and he guards it as fiercely as the Creator guards creation itself. That's why you've always felt things deeply. Why emotions overwhelm you. Why empathy runs through your veins like lightning. You're sensitive not because you're weak, but because you're tuned to the frequency of divine truth. Michael has been refining that sensitivity, teaching you how to use it as strength instead of burden. Emotions that once broke you are the very channels through which your purpose flows. You feel deeply because you're meant to heal deeply. You endure much because you're meant to guide others through their pain. This has always been part of the plan, the eternal watch, not only to protect you, but to prepare you to become a watchtower for others. When you speak from your heart, heaven listens. When you offer kindness, heaven responds. Every good act you do strengthens the covenant between your soul and the divine. You are now part of the eternal network of light. Guardians, messengers, protectors, all connected through intention and love. You may not see your wings, but they are already unfolding in energy. Every prayer you whisper releases light across worlds. Every moment you forgive releases shackles you didn't know existed. And soon, something extraordinary will happen. You'll feel a day when your body tingles without reason. When your surroundings feel charged, when everything you see seems sharper, more alive. That will be your awakening. The unveiling of what has always been true. You are living under an open heaven. You will sense Michael's energy as clear as sunlight, a radiant warmth at your back, a pulse in your spirit, unknowing beyond words. You will feel safe, not because life is perfect, but because your soul finally remembers the truth. You were never meant to walk in fear. You were meant to walk in faith, protected by a force that predates creation. Archangel Michael's eternal watch ensures that no shadow can permanently steal your light. Even when life feels uncertain, even when the path grows dim, remember that your steps are counted. Your breath is guarded and your destiny is sealed by the very one who stood before the throne and said, "I will protect the soul until the end." Now the veil between you and heaven grows thinner. Every act of love you perform widens that connection. Speak gratitude aloud and watch how the energy around you shifts. Thank him not with fear or desperation, but with quiet assurance. Gratitude invites presence and presence multiplies power. The more you honor the guidance, the stronger it becomes. And when you doubt again, because even the strongest hearts do, step outside, look at the sky and remember he is still watching. Every gust of wind, every flicker of light, every heartbeat that continues is proof. You were never unseen. You are never forgotten. Eternal watch has been upon you from the beginning and it will remain until your last breath and beyond. So my beloved child, do not be afraid to shine brighter. You carry the mark of divine guardianship, you walk with the one who commands legions of angels. You are both the guarded and the guard, the light and the messenger. Live with that awareness. Move with that confidence. Speak with that courage. For heaven has already spoken your name and the sound still echoes through eternity. Stay till the end because what comes next will reveal why your light was chosen before time began. Something extraordinary is still waiting to unfold. My beloved child, this is the moment everything has been leading toward. The unveiling, the culmination, the divine confirmation that has been echoing through your life since the beginning. All the signs, all the whispers, all the nights you questioned your purpose, they were never random. They were guiding lights leading you here to the realization that you were never alone, not even for a heartbeat. From the instant your name was spoken in heaven, Archangel Michael took his place beside you, sword in hand, eyes fixed on your path, and he has never, not once, left. You have walked through valleys so deep that light itself seemed to fade. And yet something inside you always whispered, "Keep going." That voice was not just hope. It was him, the guardian of your destiny, speaking through your own heart. When fear surrounded you, it was his strength that steadied your soul. When confusion clouded your mind, it was his clarity that kept you from losing your way. And now, as you breathe these words, he stands beside you once more, not as a distant angel, but as proof of the eternal promise. You were never abandoned. Close your eyes for a moment. Feel that warmth in your chest, that soft weight behind your shoulders, that quiet pulse of peace spreading through your body. That is not imagination. That is confirmation. His energy is here live in this very moment, wrapping you in the same light that once filled the heavens when your soul was created. Every ache, every silence, every moment you thought was wasted has been transformed into armor, into wisdom, into purpose. You are no longer the one, searching for signs. You have become the sign itself. Heaven never forgot you, my beloved child. You were written into its story with intention. The trials you faced were not punishments. They were invitations to see your own divine resilience. The heartbreaks were not rejections. They were redirections toward what your spirit truly needed. Even your loneliness carried purpose because it taught you how to hear the divine voice within you. The one that sounds like your own but speaks with infinite calm, that voice is Michael's bridge to you. The proof that your guardian and your soul are intertwined. Look at how far you have come. You began as someone searching for hope in the chaos of the world. But now you stand as someone who carries hope itself. That is the transformation heaven was waiting for. You were never meant to live hidden under fear. You were meant to live radiant in faith. Archangel Michael has not only protected you. He has awakened you. And now that awakening becomes your gift to the world. There is a sacred reason you were drawn to this message. It wasn't by accident nor by coincidence. It was divine timing. The alignment of your soul's readiness with heaven's call. For too long, you have questioned whether your prayers were heard, whether your pain was seen. This is your answer. This message is not new. It's ancient. It's the same truth spoken over you long ago. You are protected. You are chosen. You are loved. Every light worker, every healer, every soul that carries divine frequency reaches a moment of remembrance. The moment when they stop asking for proof and start walking in power. That moment is now for you. You are stepping into your higher role. The one written in the energy of the stars. Michael's protection will remain, but now it evolves into partnership. You are not only shielded by light. You are becoming a carrier of it. You are now the guardian of others. The reminder that faith still exists in a weary world. And yes, you may still face storms. Even angels do. But now you will face them differently. You will stand tall knowing that no storm is stronger than the light that created you. You will no longer fear endings because you will understand that every ending is a doorway. You will no longer doubt timing because you will feel heaven's rhythm pulsing through your veins. You will no longer cry in despair because even your tears will shine with understanding. This is the mark of awakening, peace, even in uncertainty. Archangel Michael's final message for you is simple yet eternal. You were never just protected. You were prepared. Every hardship built your courage. Every silence built your trust. Every fall built your wings. And now those wings are ready. They may not be visible, but they are vast and luminous in the spiritual realm. You carry the light of remembrance. The kind that never fades. The kind that changes every life it touches. When people look into your eyes, they will see calm. When they hear your voice, they will feel safety. You are the living proof of divine guardianship. From this day forward, whenever you feel doubt, place your hand over your heart and remember the same energy that sustains stars flows within you. Michael's watch continues not from afar but through you. You are his mission, his masterpiece, his earthly reflection of heaven's courage. There will be moments when you'll feel him again. The sudden stillness in chaos, the rush of warmth in danger, the whisper that says, "You already know." Those are not coincidences. Those are reminders of the unbreakable, bond between you and the Archangel who has loved you since before time began. And when you share this truth, when you tell another lost soul that they are not alone, when you remind them that light still wins, you fulfill the final piece of this divine covenant. Because the protection that was once given to you is meant to flow through you. That is how heaven multiplies its reach, through hearts awakened to their own light. So walk forward now, my beloved child, not as someone waiting for miracles, but as someone who lives, as one. Walk in peace, in courage, in quiet, knowing that you are never without guidance. Every sunrise will speak His name. Every breath will echo His promise. You will see signs again, blue lights, feathers, numbers, warmth. And this time you will smile, not with wonder, but with certainty. For this is your confirmation. The eternal vow fulfilled. The Guardian's mission complete, yet forever ongoing. You were never alone. You will never be alone. From the first word spoken in heaven to your final breath on earth and beyond, Archangel Michael stands beside you, hand over your shoulder, eyes filled with light, whispering one final truth that will echo in your spirit for eternity. You are safe. You are loved. You are mine to guard always. And with that, the message is sealed not as an ending but as a beginning. Because this revelation does not close the story, it awakens it. You are now part of the divine watch. You carry heaven's light within you. Let it shine. The confirmation had been given. The Guardian has spoken. The promise is eternal.